Hello, my name is Joshua Kowalczyk, and here is my CSC299 project. So here's my code. I have everything sorted. So I have my AI chats. These are all the chats that I've had with Copilot and all the responses and stuff. You click on each one, it shows you every single thing we chatted about, everything it like gave me. So it's just a good history of my chats. I have my final project code for my StudyPal software, and I have my tasks or prototypes that we've created throughout this quarter. And there's my summary and my video link and a read.md. Uh, Simply just cd into the folder wherever you may have it and cd into the final project folder. Then you can do pi run StudyPal, hit enter, and it greets you, and then it says type help for the commands or exit if you want to quit. So we're going to type help. Gives you the list of commands that you can do. So you can do notes and tasks. These two categories pretty much have the same commands, except this one has due dates and priorities, and this one doesn't. These are just specifically for notes. And then there's all the AI agent commands that you can do. All of these commands call on an API key to help you complete the task, and then tells you more general stuff down here, like help to show the message or the commands again, and then exit and quit to close. So first we're going to start off by adding a series of notes. So I'm just going to copy and paste these in here. And you can follow along up here where it says add note, the title, tags, and then content. So that's what I have here, add notes. There's my title, there's my tags, and there's my content. So I'm just going to add that. So now I can do list notes. It gives me every single note that I just added, and it abbreviates it so it's not a bunch of text on the screen. And if you wanted to see more about that specific note, you can do show note 1, which corresponds to the numbering right here. And it'll tell you exactly when it was created, updated, what the title is, and what the content and tags of the note. You can do search notes. So I can search my notes for a specific word. So let's do loops. And then it'll call on an API key, and it'll tell me which note specifically talks about loops, and that is Python basics. We can ask AI to suggest links between our notes. So we can suggest a link to note number 1. Sorry, typed that in there wrong. Suggest links. It'll give us link or notes that we can link that specific one to. So we can do link note 1 to 2. And now those are linked. So now if I do show note 1, let's say linked notes right here. It's practically the same thing for adding tasks. So I'll add a couple tasks here. It's the same format as the notes title, except now it has a due date and priority that you can set, and then a description of the task. So I'm just going to add 2 here. Oh, I think I added it twice by accident. Yeah, I added it twice. This is another thing that you do. So you can do delete task 3. Now task 3 should be gone. So now if I do list tasks, you'll have 2 tasks. So you can list the tasks. You can list tasks by priority. So dash dash priority. And then you can do the number. So if I do 4, it'll only list the task with priority 4. And you can do stats, and it tells you your total tasks, what's in progress, what's completed. We can call in the API key to plan out today of what we should do based off of our notes that we have. So it's going to recommend that we do these 2 tasks. And if we do plan week, well, it'll give us each task and how long we should do it for. I believe if we do plan notes week, it should pull our notes and give us, like how we should study for the week. We could have call on AI to summarize a note for us. So if we do summary and then note number 2, hit enter, it'll call on an API key and the AI will summarize. We can also use AI to generate quizzes for us. So we can do generate, or we can do quiz and then say note 2 dash dash num, and then this number is how many questions we want it to generate. So we'll say 10 quiz questions. Then it'll call on an API key, and then it'll give us all 10 questions. It'll state the question and the answer to it. There's multiple choice, short answer, true or false. So it's a pretty helpful tool. And now we can ask it a basic question. It knows our database of our task and notes, but we could ask it anything like, why is the sky blue? It'll explain that to us, and then we could ask it a question about what are my most urgent tasks. It gives you the most urgent tasks, and then you can do ask, and there is memory of the conversation. So if I do ask, what question did I just ask? I forgot. See, and it tells you exactly what I asked before. So it has memory. And then another feature I have is almost like the interface that you would see on ChatGPT's website. You can just type chat, and then you're back and forth with the LLM, so you can ask it anything. It has access to your data files of your notes and tasks. You can say, quiz me on note 1. Give you a quiz. You could say, what notes do I have? Give you a list of notes, and then you could ask it anything completely off topic, like, what do you prefer, dogs or cats? And then it'll give you a response based off of that. If you wanted to exit chat mode, you can do, I believe it's bye. It'll tell you how many messages were exchanged, and it'll give you some motivation. There is also, you can update tasks and notes. So we'll do update note 1. So I just updated note 1. So now if I do show note 1, I'll say when it was last updated and when it was created, so you can see that it was updated with new information. Oh, and there's also deleting tasks, so our notes and tasks. But if we do list notes, so I have 4 notes in there, so I want to delete note 3. So that note's now deleted. If I do list notes, it'll reorder it everything, so it's not just skipping a number. That's about it for my project. This was really a really fun project. I like making this a lot. This is something that I could honestly use for my next couple of years in college to help me study. And yeah, if you wanted to end the software, you just hit quit, and then it says goodbye, and then it puts you right back into console. All right, thank you.